Welcome, and thanks for visiting the American Atheists website. I'm Ellen Johnson, President of American Atheists. This is my New Jersey primary election ballot. I didn't need it because I didn't vote on Super Tuesday, and anyone who knows me knows that was a very difficult decision for me. I didn't vote because I am tired of being ignored by the politicians because I'm an atheist. All of the candidates court the religious voter and ignore me. A friend told me that that's because they are afraid to court my vote. But they shouldn't be. Secular Americans are a huge voting bloc. Are they afraid of our large voter turnout? Are they afraid of all the votes we can deliver? I know. It's a rhetorical question. Politicians are afraid of losing the votes of religious Americans if they speak to secularism and state-church separation. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of sitting in the back of that bus. Interestingly, I was at the Fox studios recently, and I was talking to political pollsters Frank Luntz and Scott Rasmussen. And do you know what they said about the secular voter? They said that politicians don't court our votes because we're not a homogeneous group when it comes to secular issues. Really? Are the religious a homogeneous group? No. They are on both sides of every issue. And if the religious voter is so homogeneous and therefore predictable, why do the politicians work so hard to get their votes? If it is the secular voter who is not predictable, then they should try to win our votes because they are up for grabs. In any case, Luntz and Rasmussen are wrong. We know how the seculars vote. According to BeliefNet, the seculars are the non-religious, atheist, and agnostic voter. In 2004, secular voters were 47% Democrats, 27% independents, and 26% Republicans. And it is the independent voter who is a crucial voter in the general election. So again, why are they ignoring me and you? Seculars are very liberal on social issues. 83% are pro-choice. 59% favor same-sex marriage. Seculars are liberal on foreign policy and moderate on economics. The secular voter comprised 11% of voters in 2004. 11% in 2004. Latinos comprised 5% of voters. Jews were 3%. Black Protestants, 8%. Moderate evangelicals, 9%. Catholics and Protestants were both 7%. The seculars had the highest numbers of all of those groups. Know who else comprised 11% of the voters? Conservative Catholics, Protestants, and Latter-day Saints. The only group that was larger than us was the religious right, who were 15% of the voters in 2004. We have the votes to be courted, but we're ignored. So we should flex our 11% muscle and stay home during the general election in November. Now, my good friend is upset at that idea, that I'm not voting. He says that the general election will come down to Hillary Clinton and John McCain, and since John McCain has lower negatives than Senator Clinton, the election will be close. Maybe, maybe not. But does my good friend think that the candidates don't know this? Of course they do. But they behave like they still don't need our votes. They behave like they are not worried enough to speak to us. I know I'm the person who said that we should enlighten the vote by voting our atheism first at the polls, but there aren't any candidates for us. All of them speak to religious Americans and not to the secular Americans. And all the candidates out there today will continue to ignore us if they are elected president, unless we do something now. If any of them wants me to vote, then they're going to have to tell me something to get me out to vote. What do I want? I want to hear them say that they will defend the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment and appoint judges and justices who will do the same. I want to hear them say that they will support the teaching of evolution in the public schools, that they do not support private school vouchers, that they do not support the faith-based initiatives, that they do not support a National Day of Prayer, will not attend the annual prayer breakfast, will not call upon the nation to pray. And I'd sure like to see a president take the oath of office with his or her hand on the United States Constitution and not on a holy book. Oh, there are more things I'd like to see our president support and not support, but for now, I'll take a simple acknowledgement that I exist. And until I hear that, November 4th will be just like any other day for me. Thank you for visiting the American Atheists website. I'm Ellen Johnson.